Okay. What is the process when you call me and you're thinking about selling your place? Okay. So number one, when you get through my hotline, when you get in touch with me via DM or WhatsApp, all right. Of course, I would like to know about you a little bit more. Your name, all right. Uh, are you just a couple or you are a family? All right. How long have you? Okay, so we want to ascertain certain things now, as you know. Okay. So when you call me and when you have the intention of selling your place and you get in touch with me, all right. Definitely, I'd like to know a little bit more about your name, about who you are, your background, which is your name, your family size, all right. What's your intention for selling the place, whether it's buying in a different location or you need a bigger place than the current place, right? And then what your hopes for what your hopes are, right? Or your pains and your problems, right? If you have a problem living at the current place, what is it? Is it far from your far from your workplace? Is it far from uh, the school that your children is going to, or you intend for them to go to? It's not that near, right? Pains, for example, you find that the current house is just, I don't know this part. Okay, never mind. Cut. Then, okay. So next, we'll after a little bit of getting to know each other, we'll dive into the property matters. So I have to get to know. Number one, I will ask how long have you stayed at the current place, or how long have you owned the current location, right? Current property, because minimum occupation period for HDB is 5 years. Whether you have bought it fully paid, whether you took a bank loan, whether you took a HDB loan, regardless whether there were grants involved or not when buying this place, all across the board is 5 year minimum occupation period. Then the owner can sell the place, right? We want to see how far you are from the MOP if we haven't reached MOP. Alright, that's number one. Number two, then we'll probably send you a survey indicating some of the figures that we require, because we want to move fast. We want to be efficient when we meet you. And now in the online world, there's no need to like right away wait for us to meet, then we get all the information, right? So I'll send you a survey, and I want to know like what's your outstanding bank loan amount is like, whether you have a loan with the bank or HDB, whether you how much CPF you have currently utilized for the current place, including any accrued interest, right? Yes. Alright, so with those figures, then we can formulate the selling calculations, right? And find out whether it's going to be a positive sale or a negative sale. We'll also send another survey, Q&A, about your age, your existing funds in your OA, how much is it, your salary, right? What kind of salary do you earn? Is it employee or self-employed, right? That will help us formulate the plan for the buying calculations. Then we can complete the whole story, right? The whole picture. So selling, how much you will make upon selling, positive or negative sale, right? And then buying, we have the calculations, whether the price range, the budget that we have calculated is enough for the property that you aspire to buy. Alright, so we'll have a little heads up of before we are going to meet, right? So we have all the information. We're gonna know what roughly the meeting is gonna be like. Alright, some owners stop me right away the moment they know it's gonna be a negative sale, meaning there is a negative sale means there is no cash profit from the sale. No cash profit from the sale. And a lot of sellers depend on the cash profit to fund the expenses for the transaction, for the selling transaction and buying transaction, which involves agent fees, legal fees, HDB admin fees. Of course, you have renovation, that's for selling, right? Then for buying, you have renovation costs, agent fees, legal fees, admin fees as well from HDB. Then you have, yes, I mentioned renovation costs, you have moving costs, you have purchase of new furniture costs and all that. So a lot of clients of mine depend on the sale proceeds. And if there isn't any sale proceeds at all, they are not able to fund the move and move at all. So they say call off the meeting. That's number one. Saves both of us time, and you know exactly in a short amount of time where you stand, where your property stand. Alright, so that's negative sale. And then if it's a positive sale, then we know that the cash proceeds can cover the transaction costs and all that. Let's meet up. Alright, when we meet, alright, I'd like to get to know you more, even more. Like, why do you buy this place? What was your vision or your thoughts when you buy this place, right? And then now, why is the current place not suitable anymore? Alright, or it's actually nothing wrong, but you hope to have a better place, a better location, a place with a bigger square feet, a place with an additional bedroom for your children or for your helper or your parents that's going to live with you. You want to take care of your parents, you want to be nearer to them, you want to go to a location that's nearer them as well. Alright, so then I understand you know better. Then we dive into I will explain the calculations one more time, because before that it's all over just online and WhatsApp. Now we'll go through the formula together. So what I like for my customer is they own the knowledge, right? It's not just about Rizdian the agent tell us we follow. No, I would like you to know exactly how the formula works, how the calculation work. Why like that? Why this minus this get this? Why must refund to CPF? Where to look at the statement? We look at the statement together. Where does it say must refund 250,000 to the husband CPF? We look at it all together, right? Because I want you to own the knowledge. I don't want to be later like, hey, I didn't know what happened. How come like this? How come like that? No. Alright, so we want to reduce the misunderstanding, and we want to increase your knowledge and your power as well in real estate. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I am a consultant, but you own the decision. For you to own the decision, to make the decision, you must know full confidence the numbers as well, right? Of course, I'm not expecting. I have clients who, hey, I'm not good with numbers, you know, this is too it's such a big headache for me. Yes, that's totally fine, but my part I will explain. So I do the selling calculations, the buying calculations, the expenses, how much it costs, this and that and all that, the blind spots, the hidden costs and all of that. I will cover that. Everybody's happy with the numbers, right? They know they can sell for how much, get how much cash in return. They know they can buy for how much, which location to buy at. They can meet their aspirations. Then we will go into the timeline. The timeline is also crucial, and I think it's one of the most fundamental reason, or the strongest reason why someone will engage a property agent in 2022, right? Because I know selling and buying calculations, more or less, if you look at the right places, you can find online calculators for them. But the real knowledge, right, is also in managing the timeline. So we will talk about how the selling process will start, the marketing, right, and what I'll do also in the marketing, right, why I am different than other agents, what I've included in my dynamic extensive marketing effort and marketing process, right. We'll be doing Facebook Live. I mean, normal is photos, right, photos in all the different real estate platforms. On top of that, we'll edit the photos to make it look nice, bright, very catchy for the viewers that's online, right? So we want to catch the impression, right? Then number two, I'll talk about my TikTok videos, Facebook live videos. I believe in videos in this day and age, 2022. People want to look at videos. People are attracted to videos. Mobile phone users love looking at TikTok and Reels now. So we want to be there. We want to be in that space, and that space requires us to do videos. So that is my marketing effort. I think people know that before even calling me. And then we'll talk about next the timeline, the selling process, marketing process, the viewers that's going to come in, how as sellers you should what to expect during viewings, and then the closing. Now the appointments that is going to come along in future, which ones you need to attend, which ones you don't have to attend, which ones I can do for you, which one we have to do together, which one you have to do yourself, right? There are some steps that you will require your SingPass and you have to go in and you have to do it yourself. There are some things like marketing, all that, of course, done by me, right? Done for you. There will be things that we'll be doing together. We'll be viewing at houses together. We'll be analyzing things together. Okay. So then if you between selling and buying, the timeline again, whether we can move you from point A, your current place, to point B, your next place directly, right? And cover all the renovation and moving period as well, from point A to point B. Where I might think there might be a problem, there we have to prepare options for you to stay at an interim location. When selling, the sale has completed, there may be a scenario whereby you as the client or the seller may have to move into an interim location before getting the keys to your purchasing unit, and then you have need some period and time to renovate and move into there. So how long is this period? It might be just 2 months, it might be 4 months, right? And then we'll cover all that during the timeline discussion. And then so when are the fees going to be paid during the timeline, right? What you should do, so when you should turn on electricity and all that lah. So that's what I'm talking about. That's the main part the agent has to balance, right? Why some houses you can buy. Okay, then after you understand the timeline, now we go back to almost the drawing board, right? We've done the budget calculation. We know what budget, what price range you can buy. But now after you understand the timeline, right, I'll be going through why you cannot buy certain houses where they need extension of stay. Especially you as a seller feel that you don't have a place to stay in between selling and buying. So we'll advise like some houses is bukan tak boleh beli, boleh beli. There is the price meets your price range. The location is in the criteria that you like, the level that you like. But somehow, why I as the agent tell you it doesn't match your timeline and it's not possible to buy because the seller of that listing require an extension of stay. We didn't cover race quota, right? In our discussion also, I'll be checking whether your house is eligible for all races or only there'll be one race that couldn't buy your unit, right? Cannot sell to Chinese, maybe you're a Malay owner, right? And we'll be also looking at the areas that you intend to buy, whether there'll be an ethnic quota challenge, right? Whether the area you're going to buy, likely Malay cannot buy. So problem, right? You see many listings available on Property Guru, or on the real estate platforms, but somehow I didn't propose to you or you cannot buy. Why? Because those listings, they cannot sell to Malay, and maybe you're a Malay client, right? Malay seller. So we'll cover all that as well, right? In detail. So you notice how I first, from WhatsApp, we get to know each other. I lightly, surface only, do a basic calculation. Everything okay, we move on to the second start. We have a face-to-face consultation or even a Zoom consultation. Okay, also understand calculation. Then we go into the timeline, how we're gonna run this transaction, right? My part, what's your part? As a seller, maybe you have to prepare this house for sale, make it tidy macam hari raya, repair certain things that I find maybe a deal breaker to the viewing, to the sale, right? Maybe I have to paint certain bedrooms or the whole place even, right? Well, that's probably under the seller, right? How to behave during a viewing, how to prepare for a viewing. We'll be talking about all that. So, and then of course I'll be guiding you from A to Z until you get the keys, and we're gonna take a picture together that your selling and buying have gone through very smoothly and successfully, inshallah. Thank you.